Being from, I've talked to you about this before. I have no problem admitting to the people that I interview that I'm a fan. You're one of my favorite guitarists.
Well,
but you're also from Cleveland. One of the things that Hank used to tell me was that Agora was famous for almost helping to break bands that weren't from Cleveland. But then he would talk about the talent that was from Northeast Ohio, and he would talk about how sometimes the openers would often show off the headliners.
Mm-hmm.
You being from Cleveland, can you talk about the talent? I mean, because you just got inducted to the Rock Hall. I mean, I just love your story.
Thank you.
Can you talk about the talent that from Cleveland a little bit?
Yeah. The talent pool for musicians in Cleveland was exceptional. Blue collar city. So that means, when people there's not a lot of people, there's people working in offices that are business people, men and women, but there's a hardcore blue collar working class in Cleveland. And the weather didn't kind of give you an opportunity many times to get outside in those terrible winters. And if you're a musician, you get to play all the time. And there were just great musicians everywhere. I mean, they were learning, studying, and playing. I mean, when I joined Derringer, I kept thinking, my God, there could have been 1,000 guitar players in Cleveland that could have easily been able to get that gig. I mean, they're just great players. I enjoyed playing with everyone. I really did.
Now, in a similar note, the fans from Cleveland. One of the things that I uncovered through this was that back in at least the 70s, I know it's changed a little bit, but that the record companies considered Cleveland kind of a testing ground.
Mm-hmm.
I read in one article, it said that Cleveland had an intelligent palate for music when it came from. So if it could break in Cleveland, it could break elsewhere. Can you talk about the fans? I mean, you've played in Cleveland. I mean, you still come back, and it seems like
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the fans?
Yeah. The fans of Cleveland are the best in the country. There's no question. There's no question. In a lot of ways, it reminds me of Japan. Not in volume, but when you go to Japan and you get off the plane, they have everything. They're like pure fans. They know every single thing you did. They got stuff they were showing me. I couldn't even remember when I did that. I went, wow, look at that. I forgot I even did that. That's Cleveland fans. But then the decibel level of a Cleveland fan at a concert is phenomenal. I mean, there's nothing like Cleveland fans. They are just, they're incredible. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, I saw something recently with Huey Lewis talking about like the Heart of Rock and Roll, how he wrote that song after playing the Agora one night. Which can you talk about also like the importance of, I know I talked briefly. Oh my God, I can't think of his name. The guy who manages Alice Cooper.
Oh, yeah, I should know.
I'm a huge fan. Shep Gordon.
Shep Gordon, there you go. Yeah. Shep Gordon, right.
And he was saying, like, you had to play the Agoras back in the day to make it correct. Can you talk about, like, small clubs like that? Like, how do they play a part in breaking a band back then? Do you remember, have any memories of that?
Yeah, I do, because, again, the Agora gave you sort of this elite status. So if you were at the Agora, you were an elite band. So that means the word of mouth happened and a lot of people would come. The fans would come on a local level and see local bands, right? That was happening a lot. I had it at the Viking Saloon because that was more of an underground type place, more of the kind of music we were playing. But that's what the Agora did. And it was, like I said, it was fantastic.